Turn my headphones up. All right. It's 8:15 with the Trap Queen. 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 You know the vibes. Yeah, you know the vibes. What's up, beautiful people? It is I, Pretty Girl Love Trap Content. You already know what it is. It's hump day. It's Wednesday. That means we are discussing power, okay? P to the O to the W to the E R. All right. Season 3, episode 9, y'all. I can't believe we're wrapping up season 3 shortly. Jesus, it's definitely have been a good time. All right. Before we get into it, of course, make sure you guys are exercising all of the manners. All right. Make sure you like this video, subscribe if you are not already a subscriber, because I don't know what you're doing with your life if you're not subscribed, okay? Make sure you share this content if you can, all right? Pretty please for your girl. Make sure your notification bells are always on, because you never know. I'll be surprising y'all sometimes, all right? Well, let's see what's up in here before we get into it. We got Daria and Mac. What's up? Zamarcus. What's up, y'all? Jacoby, how y'all doing? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all doing fine, okay? Put a 2 in the chat if you know you're not feeling so good, but we about to have a good time, okay? Because we woke up this morning, okay? And the week is almost over. Y'all, is it me? This has been the longest week in American history. I swear, it's been hella of a long week. Come on. All right. Jesus Christ. And you know, your girl's birthday is coming up. So if y'all feel like y'all want to just send me $1 or something, you know what I'm saying? Please cash at me. If all of my subscribers give me $1, I can do some renovations in the trap. And y'all know we need renovations in the trap, okay? I'm just saying. Speaking of the trap, we got to bring the plug up here. What's up? What's up?
Good. Yeah, I was having some technical difficulties, but I'm back.
That's all right. That's all right. You hear? I mean, it's a trap, you know, be a little janky sometimes when we in here. It's okay. It's all right. All right, y'all doing all right. And Mac DeMarcus, thank you. All right. Oh Lord. Do you like seeing your grandson up here and your stepson?
That was beautiful, man. A family affair. I mean, I know we don't get into it. You said what?
Are you color coordinating with the pink and black over there?
Yeah, you know. I had to do a little something.
Is that Rick James?
That? That's the hit man.
Oh, that's the hit. Okay, I can only see like hair and shade.
That will be fired off. That was Rick James.
I'm just saying, all right. I ain't mad. All right, y'all, let's get into it, because I was hella annoyed this episode, okay? And I definitely want to hear your opinions, Brillo, in the chat. Make sure y'all chime in, of course, like y'all always do. And if you're watching the replay, please go ahead and let's discuss in the comments, all right? So we start off with, you know, Ghost and Tommy. They're at Truth. Ghost is feeling all types of ways because he's feeling like Tommy is keeping stuff from him. He's, of course, you know, visualizing, you know, in his mind, like just seeing Tommy at Milan's spot, like he was cheating on him or something. I'm like, Ghost is hella emotional, okay? He lied to everybody, but expect everybody else to keep it 100 with him. I can't stand that. And so he was trying to play it off like, Tommy, where was you last night? Because I was calling. Was you in some, you know, meow last night? He was like, nah, I was at Milan's spot. And it was funny because Ghost didn't expect Tommy to keep it real with him. But Tommy, he did right by Ghost, as he usually does, all right? But they're, you know, just comparing notes. And I'm just aggravated because Ghost has a plan. And, of course, he's not telling Tommy. But what do you feel about Ghost in this whole Tommy situation thus far?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was actually a good scene. Tommy don't get enough credit, man. Ghost wasn't expecting somebody to keep it 100, which Tommy does. I was feeling Tommy this episode. It's like, I feel like he don't get enough credit for being a true G. Like, I'm like, keeping it 100 with Ghost. And Ghost, of course, he's not used to that because he don't know nothing about that. So it was just, and then the whole thing with Milan and how he locking in with Tommy. But I definitely was happy to see that Tommy kept it a buck. As far as the plan, Tommy wouldn't have went for it, but not at this time. I don't think. Well, he probably would have. Ghost just gotta say, tell him about it.
Yeah, that's the problem. Ghost doesn't trust anybody, and when you don't trust anyone, is at the default at this point, especially in this game. I get it, you're in a drug game, so you can't really trust everybody. But it's Tommy. Come on, bruh. He would do anything you want him to do if you just present it, and show him that you have respect for him. That's pretty much all he's been wanting for Ghost to show him.
I think about it, Tommy definitely would have been down with the plan. It could have been a lot. It actually could have worked.
Yes. Hey, Tamika, how are you? You still having your birthday live? If you still having your birthday live, Tamika, let the people know what time in the chat is gonna be tonight. If you still having it, boo, happy birthday. Yeah. The only reason Tommy, Ghost wants to get out the game. That's the issue. Tommy is cool with Milan. He in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a plug.
I respected Ghost this episode too, though. Because he broke it down to Tommy, like, look, man, I ain't never gonna stop. I want out the game.
Yeah.
I respect it because
I want to ask you about that too when we get there. I want to know your opinion.
I love that scene. Like, that man wanted out of the game, and I can't be mad at him.
No, I know. I feel you. We also see Milan, bringing him in. Petar is not feeling it because he's like, what are we doing here? We're Serbians. We only look out for Serbians. That's pretty much what he want to say, low key, racist, right. What have you. But, but yes, Milan has his plan as well when it comes to Tommy. He's pretty much using him to, he can get what he wants out of him. But I think the more and more that he's around Tommy, and I'm speaking of Milan, he's liking him more and more as well. Like, I feel like at first he was using him. He still was using him at this point, but he's like, dang, he's more of a valuable asset. I can control him. He can't control Ghost. That's part of the problem too. All right. Yes, Tamika said her live is at 9:20. So please go to Tamika's Den channel at 9:20 for her birthday extravaganza. Okay. All right. So this scene was hella funny. Okay. So we know that Angela was given the burner phone of Hugo via Ghost. All right. And Ghost was like, I can't tell you who this phone belongs to, but here you go. The person that has been communicating with this person that had the phone is the leak. So once you figure out who the leak is, you got your guy. All right. So she's looking at the contact list. She texts the phone, a number in the phone, we need to meet. So of course you see here in this picture on the upper right hand side, Lord, why I can't think, Sandoval, he gets the text, of course, he think is Hugo, because Hugo was MIA at this point. And so he's like, you text me now, bro, we need a phone call. So he goes up, turn the blinds up, closes the blinds and calls. And Andrew's like, damn, I ain't expect to get no call. So, she answers the phone. Well, she didn't answer. She picks up the phone and listens. And he also listened. And this scene was kind of fire. I'm going to show y'all what happened. So they both realize that they both are hearing the same helicopter. Therefore, they both know the person that they're on the phone with, of course, is in the same building. Like, that was fire to me. I mean, it's simple, but it was fire. What do you think about this? I'm about to call you Ghost. Bro, look.
I definitely thought it was a funny scene. I mean, they both hit a helicopter. Like, I'm surprised. Like, why did Sandoval still got that phone on him? Like, duh. And why you calling in the office? Somebody just said that in the comments. Like, Sandoval is a goofy.
Mr. Jones said Sandoval felt his wall crashing. Facts. Yes, DeMarcus. I mean, you top fed, you head fed in charge, bruh. You ain't no rookie. You came from Cali at that. Well, I'm sure you had to deal with a lot of, cartel and whatnot. Sandoval, come on now. I mean, the only reason, I understand he probably doesn't realize that Hugo is dead, but still, why are you answering the phone, dog? Like, we don't do that. Oh, God. And Max said this scene resembles when Ghost realized Angela was watching him in the shoe store when the fire truck went by. Yes, that is right. That is definitely correct. That was a good scene as well. What do you think about this? HEA said, yes, Sandoval was simp, LOL. Is he a simp?
He everything. Sex, everything.
I wanted to like him too. I really did. Oh, well. Moving on. Of course, one of my favorite characters in the whole wide world. Okay. Kate Egan gets a visit from, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. All right. Medina and Greg. Of course, they're trying to figure out what's going on with Tommy and his alibi. Of course, she was prepared by Angela and she was able to give them, hey, we ordered pizza. Here's a receipt, exact date and time. That was kind of fire. And so, of course, she has an alibi. So they decide to leave.
How did they get that?
I was curious too, but I figure it's so magic. They know people between Fat Angie and Ghost. I'm sure they probably talked to the owner or something, offer some cash. They figured out a way. I'm sure, like it wasn't that hard, but it was fire. Yeah. I'm like, oh, y'all got whole receipts over here. Okay. What kind of software that is, I don't know. But before Greg leaves, coincidentally, he sees Angela's business card in the trash can because when she gave it to Kate when she visited, Kate threw it in the trash. I'm like, this is it's cheesy, but it was kind of like funny because you see a little grin. You get this little weird grin, like I don't know if you remember Home Alone when I forgot his real name, but when the hotel worker realized that the credit card was stolen, he got like a little Grinch smile. Like,
I mean, they could have just left the card on the table or something under some papers. I mean, it's Kate. She high off coke. Plus, it's just a card.
Yeah, but that makes him realize that, oh, Angela was here. Like, she has something to do with this. It's not no coincidence. He already, of course, is suspicious. So this kind of helps his suspicion. But Greg was a good cop, but he messing with the wrong guy. He messing with the wrong one. Mr. Jones said Greg kept it gangster with Angie this episode. He played the F out of EA. He did. We're going to get into that. I was like, okay, Greg. Go ahead. So, look at your favorite character. She's doing honorable things. Do you see, Brillo? She's setting up for a career day at the kids' school. Isn't that honorable?
She is the worst human being of all time. I know we're going to get into it. She is, she is dirtier than I thought she was.
She pissed me off. Okay, so just explaining this, she's at career day. She gets a call from a girl at the shop. Hey, have you seen us talk to Keisha? Because she ain't show up for her shit. We got these bald head chicks over here trying to get us sew in. They ain't say all that, but that's what I imagine. Somebody over there frustrated. Oh, I would be pissed. Oh, anywho. So she was like, no, I haven't heard from her. So they're like, oh, she probably with some Negro. So she texts Keisha, hey, it's me, just checking on you. Call me later. First of all, Keisha ain't messing. I feel like she should have had more of a sense of urgency. Because Milan just peeped Keisha and knows something's up with her. I don't know. I just feel like she just didn't play this right. She didn't go this far, but I know she was multitasking, trying to play good mommy. But anywho, do you remember what happened with Dre and your grandson in this scene?
Yeah. So Dre is mad because stepson came to pick up grandson from school in the previous episode. So Dre is hot about that. So he go there, he telling him like, I'm your friend. You don't gotta hang with Slim all the time, asking them what they did or whatever. He lightweight tell him like, stop, don't hang with him. You gotta, basically he grimy.
Yeah.
What does grandson do? What does grandson do? I know we're gonna get back into it.
And then we talked about this a week or so ago. You know, I was frustrated that, hey, like, why do you automatically assume Slim is cool? You know, because you
Yeah,
don't know this
I,
man,
I
but you know,
know. I got the answer for you.
you told me. Go ahead, say it again.
The answer is it was a volatile time in Tariq's life. His dad, basically balled up the family and threw him in the garbage. That's how he feeling. Slim is a dude that, you know, taking him, showing interest in him, taking him around, teaching him about his dad, you know, telling him how and just working that manipulation game. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely wrong time for it to happen, man.
it was just perfect timing.
Rest in
He
peace.
feel like he can't talk to he feel like he alone. Tariq.
Yeah, facts. Facts. I'm just noticing the waves. He got a little swim action going on. All right, Tariq. All right. Do you think it's a kid? I'm just joking. All right. So moving on. Tommy tries to pick up the bread from Ruiz, and Ruiz is like, I'm not with this pill business, okay? I'm used to selling cocaine, and I'm only gonna sell the coke. I don't know about this new drug. I'm old school, like, bro, I am not paying up front for no pills. So Tommy was like, you want me to get Milan this bag that's missing some bread? And Ruiz was standing tall. He was like, yeah, go ahead. I'm telling him I'm done. I'm move on with that. And so Tommy was like, okay. And meanwhile, we see Ghost, he's about to meet up with Angie, but he gets a text from Ruiz saying, did my part when you doing yours. So, we see the plan coming into fruition, but of course, we don't know what's going to happen. But how do you feel about Ruiz and Ghost using him for this situation?
It was a good plan. And Ruiz, he's just always trying to elevate. You don't have you should just run a Sodato Nation, bro. You're not cartel plug material. You the little plug.
He tried hard. He tried
You've
with
been trying
Lobos.
trying to get next to them. You a middleman, man.
Know your place. Know your place. He wouldn't have been no good top dog anyway. Like, come on, Ruiz.
Yeah, be the top dog in your world. The
Yes.
Soldados.
Facts. Stay in the Bronx. Calm down. Okay. So Angie thinks she's playing Greg because Ghost is pressing her like Greg was over there with Kate interrogating her, and she was like, Greg is not a part of this investigation. So, she tries to do her own little recon because her and Greg, they bet, having mayonnaise love or what have you. And the whole time he's playing her. So she's trying to milk him for information. He's giving her the truth, just like how Tommy is to Ghost. But of course, he has his own plan and action. So after Greg lay it down, okay, she sleep. He goes in the living room, goes through her bag, finds the burner phone, and takes a picture of the serial number or MEID number, or what have you, which pretty much is the identification number of the phones, like the phone social security number, if you will. So, he could have some things to work on. Like, was this fire to you, or were you just like, eh?
Yeah.
I feel you.
Trying to be super cop, like, whatever. You solved the case, all right. You definitely solved it.
And like he was on the money, but it was just kind of like,
it wasn't who we thought it was.
Well, some of the things he was kind of right on, but
he was right. He wasn't right about what he wanted to be right about. That was Ghost. Well, he was, but not for the leak or whatever. He just got his mind blown at the end of the episode.
Facts. 1 second, guys. I don't know what's going on here. Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. It seems like my volume's a little low. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. So moving on. Tommy went to see Milan. Okay. And so Milan, was pretty much telling Tommy that I know Ghost ain't really, trying to be in the game. I know he's still plotting. Tommy was like, no, he down, 10 toes down. He was like, well, I know for sure Ghost followed you here. So, Tommy, of course, he was pissed off, but he tried to clean it up. Was like, doesn't mean go trying to get out of the game. He's just trying to understand what I'm doing. Like, he knows he like that. But I'm just like, Ghost, you doing too much. Now you should know, Milan had you in a blender. Why are you not moving more careful? Like, Ghost, like, I gotta play this. This is just Ghost in a blender.
James, please join us.
So you sitting here trying to play that man.
Right.
You've been in your house with your chilling. Not your kids, you're chilling. Go ahead.
Man, yeah, I mean, Milan told him or whatever that Ghost was following him. Then, of course, you get the speech like, you got to choose me. It was real. Tommy was keeping it a buck yet again. I'm gonna say, man, I don't know. I might have a hot take, man. I don't know, man. If you could go pros and cons of each character, fumbles and everything, I know, man. I might have to roll with Tommy. I don't know. I'm not gonna stand on that. Well, I'm saying a Tommy versus Ghost situation. If I'm looking at all the goofy stuff Ghost did, all the disloyal stuff he did, and then I'm looking at Tommy being a hothead, and I think he's smarter than a lot of people give him credit for. That's like his only flaw in my eyes. It's like being a kind of a hothead.
No, I agree.
I don't know. I gotta give it some thought. Like, if you break it down, I don't know. It's a lot closer than people willing to say, man. That's why they need to do Tommy justice in this next season, man. They just,
No, I definitely agree. Tommy, he definitely had a lot less losses. And a lot of them were partially due to Ghost. But at the same time, I don't know if he would have elevated to the level that he has been, accustomed to if it wasn't for Ghost. Because he would probably try to have been under Breeze and Lord, I can't believe I said the name. And Kanan and all them. Like, he wouldn't have elevated. He probably would still have been not on the corner necessarily, but
Tommy, I think Tommy with a cartel plug behind him would have did just as successful as Ghost in the drug gang. He wouldn't have been trying to diversify. He was gonna ride that out till he eventually got indicted, got RICO. But I think he would have definitely been doing his thing in the drug game, 100%.
I have faith in him, but I feel like he was still more of a follower in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Not because based on his personality. Because sometimes it takes a dominant personality to kind of recognize less dominant personalities. Not saying Tommy doesn't have a dominant, but he's a little sub-dominant, if you will. If you understand like what I'm trying to say, like I feel like he learned a lot just from peeping and watching Ghosts and others.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's really how you learn. But I think Tommy just played his position. Like, he didn't need to do much. I look at it like sports. Like, you got Jordan on the team and he going for 40. You're just gonna do your job, even though you probably could go for 42.
Yeah, he's a role player. Yeah.
Yeah,
and DeMarcus said Kanan elevated Tommy, not Ghost. It's kind of one of the same, but the same point I was trying to make, like somebody else elevated him versus him doing on his own. Because I feel like Tommy was definitely content in a lot of ways. But now that he saw like, I can get to this level, I feel like now that he's here, he definitely can hold his own. But I feel like he needed some help to get there. But yeah, that's just, our opinions. Well, my opinion. But I'm gonna show y'all how passionate Tommy was when he went back to Ghost, when he realized Ghost was following him, because Tommy told Ghost numerous times, do not give Milan any reason to want to kill me. All right. So he got back to truth and he was pissed off.
You wouldn't risk my life to get yourself out? I chose you over Holly. This time, motherfucker, you need to choose me.
I felt both of them in that scene, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because that's the scene when Ghost told him, like, no, is that the scene when Ghost told him I'm not gonna stop? No, that ain't it. That's when he
Yeah,
told him
towards
about
the
Reed.
end.
But yeah, Tommy was right. I mean, he did a hell of a job. You could see it. You know, he told him about Holly, like, it's time that you choose me.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost ain't hearing it because Ghost is trying to get out the game.
Facts. And Ghost was like, I'm gonna choose you. I'm gonna choose you. Tommy was like, all right. But he before that, then in this conversation, he was like, well, Ruiz hit me up. He said he down. And he wants to meet up with Milan. So going over, handle that, that meeting, that setup, because Ruiz is definitely always thirsty. But it's like, as soon as you told this man that I choose you, you still carry on with your plan to take out Milan. It was hella funny to me because he didn't even choose a second. He was like, all right, I'm gonna just say something to keep him quiet, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. Good old Ghost fashion. And then we see soon as Tommy leaves, he texts Ruiz, meeting all set up, you can make the call now. Then of course Ruiz calls Greg, pretty much telling him like, hey, I got some dirt, come meet me somewhere. They meet in the restroom. Greg gives Ruiz a little bug or what have you, that's non-detectable because we know Milan not playing. But he was like, I want Ghost. So therefore, you need to have Ghost on the recording. Ruiz calls Ghost and let him know, everything's set up, but Greg wants you on there. And Ghost made it absolutely clear him nor Tommy can not be on this recording whatsoever because that would implicate them in the drug organization. So that's a big part of this situation. But Ruiz made a good point. And he said, well, this plan will go a lot better, Ghost, if we include Tommy.
Yeah. But Ghost smart enough to know that he getting ran off the books.
Yeah, I like that too. And that's why he said, he can only, Ghost and Tommy can only get, low-key convicted of anything via this recording if they get something that's really, just substantial. Because he realized that they didn't meet up in the Fed office. They met up in some random restaurant. But this is a lot. Man, look at here. Do you remember what your boy? Oh my God.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling Tommy on this.
Okay. So let's go.
Even though he right. This was before Dre starts doing all the slime ball stuff. So Dre roll up on Tommy like, you need to holler at Tariq. He going through a lot. Cause I mean, it's true. He hanging with Kanan. Tommy, of course, ignores him, disses him, talking about his family business. You ain't family. So Dre told him, like, okay, so yeah, I want family when I saved your life. Oh, you ain't know that. I'm the one who told him that the Koreans was about to turn your damn water off. You would be dead if it wasn't for me, white boy. And Tommy just like, that's a good speech, kid. But
Grateful.
what I'm saying? He was ungrateful.
Yeah.
But I get it. Tommy, he just posturing. I can see the look on his face like, damn, like I owe you one.
Mm-hmm.
And but I liked it. I hate that they did Dre like that, man, because before he started ratting and stuff, I was a Dre fan.
Really? Yeah, I was. Yeah, at some point I fell off, but he was definitely.
When he started doing slimy stuff. At this point, he wasn't nothing but solid. I mean, I understood why he was lying about the Kanan situation. I just thought he was in the trick bag.
Yeah. And the thing that prompted him to approach Tommy is because he met up with Kanan. And he's still giving Kanan intel on Ghost. He's like, yeah, they still mess with them Serbs. Kanan was like, as long as they in the picture, I don't want no part. So when they done, this I'm gonna go in and collect. Because I'm not messing with them.
What was my favorite part of that scene with Dre and Kanan?
Yeah, we about to get into that. Let me show y'all. Because go ahead.
No, go ahead. You probably gonna play it.
Yeah, this is what went down because Dre is trying to save Tariq, okay? And he's getting frustrated, and you could tell. And I love the fact they're kind of showing in this scene Kanan is kind of reading Dre. And once he read Dre just off vibes, this is what he tells him, okay?
You thinking you should just tell Ghost, right? What you think he gonna do when he learn I'm alive, in town, hanging out with his kid? And you knew the whole time.
I'm not done. One more thing.
You ain't got no options, Dre. You made a choice, me. Ain't no moves left. All right, man, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that was my favorite part. Shoe fly. What do you feel about this? I was starting to feel bad. Like, dang, Dre ain't really got no options. Or do you think he still could have played to Ghost? Was like, all right, Ghost, I'm gonna keep it real funky with you. What do you think about this?
He could have went to Ghost. That's Kanan playing that manipulation game. He could have went with Ghost like, look, man, and just been 100 with him, man. I don't think Ghost would have. Well, I don't know.
That's hard.
You roll the dice. He could have. That was a choice. But my favorite part of this episode was when he told Dre, like, yeah, Tariq said, "What up? You ain't think he was gonna. You ain't think he was gonna tell you. He was gonna tell me what you said about me. That's letting people know subtly, like that Kanan and Tariq are already locked in tight. Remember, this the reason it was people saying, why would Kanan kill Jukebox? This and that. Them boys is locking in. They family. But grandson went straight to him like, hey, he talking bad about you, bro. They locking in. They forming that bond at a pivotal time in Tariq's life. And who do Kanan got? Think about it. Kanan is a man alone right now. He ain't got nobody who care about him. Nobody. I mean, when you see Kanan, he by himself.
Yeah.
Right?
He a lone wolf.
Who went and picked the ashes up? Not nobody.
His son.
Eric Stark. Right.
Oh God, hubby over here using mob terms. Dre should have whacked Kanan. I mean, I don't think he still was so scared though. I think he just shook.
That's easier to say.
The whole Sean thing shook him. All right.
Hey, Kanan knew to stay away from Milan.
Yeah, facts. So moving on to the father of the year, okay? This man has enough time to show up for career day. And Raina, look at Raina, just like, oh, look at my father. And look at Tariq. He over there texting Slim, aka Kanan, like, I ain't with this. Like, why was your grandson so disrespectful?
That's because you're looking at his dad like, man, you fake as ever. You're not real. You're not real. He old enough to know, Ghost. He old enough to know. He is old enough to know what's really going on. I'm sorry. Can't hide. You can't. He's not 5 or 6 years old. He should know what to do if something go down. He should know, go here, get rid of this, son. Get rid of this. Do this, do that. You know, you the man of the house.
Yeah.
If it go down, you got to take care of your mother and your sister. He should know that. They sheltering him too much.
Yeah.
And he looking at, and he more he learned about his dad, the more he's saying, man, this dude is a sucker. I don't know nothing about this dude. He's sitting up here lying. Let me call somebody real. Like texting family.
Oh man, Tasha, she's all spitting. You know, Ghost, he talking that talk, and she's like, I kind of like what he's saying. You know, he's talking about family and whatnot. What'd you say?
Ghost was down there ready to reconcile, man. I know we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, man.
He was down there ready to take the half smart chicken head back.
Oh gosh. So I spoke of this already, but Ruiz is telling Ghost about the whole, wire situation. So Greg, he's talking about Benita, Laura, Medina. And of course, he got the phone number, all the intel on the burner phone that Angie has. So they're pretty much matching up the information. And then looks like the phone that she had is pretty much communicating or has been communicating with Lobos' guy. So we got numbers, we got addresses, we got names. So we still working out here in these streets, okay? And I'm like, Greg, you messing with the wrong one, but all right. Talk about this. I'm gonna get this to you. Go ahead. What they doing over here?
Yeah, so they go in the Foot Locker, and he like, this site, this is where we get our stuff in the hood. You don't gotta be all fancy. Then he telling them like, how he had to. He basically manipulated me like you had if you wanted some fly stuff, you had to get it on your own. And I'm thinking like, bruh, you used to be fresh as dog. You know what, bruh. Like you used to be. And I think we was keeping you tight, stepson. I don't know about that. We spent a lot of money on them Jordans and the things that you was wearing in the 90s. But of course, he's schooling Tariq. He telling him like, he basically testing him. Tariq, being smart, runs down the play, whatever. Asks for a size, get the shoes. I don't know why they bought 2 pair. So he put the shoes on, switched the boxes, end up calling one dude went on break. Luckily, he called the store. The other dude had to go pick up the phone. Kanan is smiling, and they just walk up out of there with the fresh fire reds on them. Boys is crispy.
Are they those 4s? I don't know much about Jordans. I ain't gonna lie. What number? You know what number they are? I don't know.
I just know they look sweet.
They fire.
Right. I got a couple pair, but right. I know my favorite pair is the 3s though, the Southwest tees. Fire reds.
I don't know how they look, but I'm sure they fire. One maybe leaning. But yeah, this fire, and I just how I just think Kanan was low key like just loving like. I like this kid. Like I wish I would have traded him for Sean.
Right. Like he like this my son. Like look at him.
My real son.
That's why I swear, man. Power need. I wish they had like how it's gonna sound goofy, but like how Marvel do like different like universes with alternate universes and stuff like that. I would have liked to see Tommy with me line for longer, and I would have liked to see these two for longer. But I know you can't,
Yeah. I wonder how many people after they saw this episode of Power, they try to go to Foot Locker and do this dumb.
Right, Mr. Jones. Highlight Mr. Jones. She fumbled the bag. Man.
Oh, sorry. Trasha.
She fumbled the bag, bro. She had him. And he was about to go, and he was damn near dead because she went crazy. He damn near went in the coma off their little scene.
Yeah, I'm about to get into that in a minute.
The slime ball, I loved it. I loved every second of this. Ghost, and I am not mad at it.
Yeah, so just to touch on that, because Ghost is always multitasking. We was just at career day. We still running the clubs and selling the drugs, but Cantos came over.
Hold on, pretty girl. I take it back.
What you take what back?
It's just this. I mean, it's closer. Tommy versus Ghost is closer, but when Ghost started doing stuff like this while multitasking, trying to get out the blender, and then he putting people in the blender, it's crazy. He was on another level.
I definitely love this because, and DeMarcus, I'm gonna get to your comment in a second. I'm gonna highlight it because I want to discuss that real quick. But so yeah, he pretty much was like, "Dang, Cantos, you working for the ops now? All right, cool." Because they done sealed the deal with Karen Bassett. So meanwhile, he's like, I want the Stern.
Oh my God, DeMarcus.
We're gonna talk about that. But long story short, Ghost devised a plan, had Julio selling drugs out, the ops club. He realized, while they were meeting Karen, he had, of course, Jackie Jr., as I'm gonna call him, and his boys show up. I don't know if it was a real warrant or not, but he set them up, had the drugs, hiding in the ceiling. And just in the nick of time, because Karen was there, he was able to scoop her low-key back up. So I just love just seeing him multitasking and scheming and plotting. But DeMarcus, I don't really consider this snitching. I think it's more of a setup because they wasn't really selling drugs.
It's a setup. You can't snitch on somebody that ain't did nothing.
They not in the game.
It's a setup. They his ops. So to me, it wasn't even slimy because you're working with dirty cops anyway. Yeah, it was slimy because they ain't gonna get no time off that. they lawyers gonna eat that up. It was just to benefit his business, so I call it fair.
Yeah,
Fair, yes, it was slimy, but yeah, it get like that. He involved in cops, but them his cops, his dirty cops. Every boss gonna have a dirty cop on his line. What's the point of having one if you can't use them?
Yeah, he should have used them more. Like, I don't know whatever happened to his character, but I feel like we could have been more useful, like in other situations. But
like could have helped. But yeah, what's the use of having a dirty cop if you can't use them or you gonna be a snitch? Like, come on, bro.
Come on now, we wasting money. Right. Oh Lord, I'm gonna just kind of breeze over this. So Tasha, she over there stressed out drinking wine because Keisha missing. She not answering her calls. Ghost comes over. He was like, this is the best night of my life. And of course, she was like, I'm happy for you. And of course, they start rekindling things and they have, passionate relations or what have you. And
before that though, he telling her like, I won. I'm making it in the club. I'm gonna make sure that our kids gonna have legit money behind them for the rest of their life. I'm gonna take care of you. You don't have to worry about that. I mean, he's sincere with it, no matter what. Y'all family. I'm gonna take care of you. And then I'm glad you found out how to way to protect us from Milan. Oh my God, Tasha, she worse than I thought she was, man. Because I was actually like, man, they could have actually did something. It proves my theory. She do not care about that man.
So after their session or what have you, he gets a little text message, and she was like, "Who do you think you want to know?" Because he obviously looked disappointed. But he was like, "The next call I'm gonna get, I'm gonna be excited because my whole plan, everything's gonna be into action." So she's like, "What's going on?" So he pretty much tells her that right now, at this very moment, Ruiz is helping me set up Milan and get him out the picture. So she looking like, "What? You trust him?" Blah blah blah. So of course he was like, "Well, we can, do round two, while we wait." She was like, "No, I'm okay. Unless, I don't want the kids to get the wrong idea unless we get back together." You could tell she was like, "Are we getting back together?" He was like, You right. I'm going to the office.
Nah, they just proved, that was her out. I mean,
no, I know, but she still wanted him to say yes, though.
If she would have pressed, like, he ain't even want to leave. If she
wanted
him, like,
what the he didn't want to make that commitment, like, yeah, we're gonna get back together. Because he could have easily said yes if he really, I don't know.
He looking like he know what she is. That's her mood changed as soon as he said he was getting out the game and getting rid of Milan. Her whole mood changed, and he like, you know what? I was thinking about it, but now like I already know you're not gonna allow me to get out the game. Her whole mood changed instantly.
So when he leaves, she calls Tommy and told Tommy Ghost is planning something right now, and he's using Ruiz to do it. I need you to
talking Ghost, even to your wife. Man.
But who would have thought that she would do? I'm so aggravated right now,
fellas. Nope.
So Tommy, meanwhile, he's currently at Milan's spot because Ruiz is meeting with him. So he's like, "Oh, okay, Ghost plan is really in action in front of my very eyes." Now, and I don't even say I try to play devil's advocate. I cannot see any benefit in Tasha's point of view of why she felt this was a good decision to intervene into Ghost's plan.
And then you know what she's talking about? I knew you for a long time. You should know how smart this man is. You should know that why you can't trust the plan? Like, why do you? She's so scared of Milan. Like, you serious? Like, she just want him in the game, man.
Oh, I'm pissed off. Yes, Jacoby. She blew me. I'm like, what are we doing here, Tasha? This man just said, as you pointed out as well, Brillo, he just said the kid's gonna be straight for life. The kid's gonna be straight. You already experience how stressful this game is, low key, with the whole Milan situation. So what positive thing would you experience by this plan not going into action? Like, I don't understand.
He lost all that money to Milan. still bounced back, got Milan his money, and got the club deal. This man walking on water at this point. What is her problem?
Mr. Jones said to keep Ghost in the game, but I feel like
Yes.
But I also feel like she's scared because she right now she feel like Keisha may be missing due to Milan. So she's scared. I feel like it's more of a fear of Milan, of it not working out, because she was like, well, do you trust Ruiz? Because she's scared. But at the
Why
same
she ain't
time,
saying nothing to Ghost then?
that's what I'm saying. Oh, this whole show is a PSA for communication because I'm just aggravated.
Man, yeah, Tasha, man, she not it, bro.
That's a good point. Ghost was drinking, but he wasn't like drinking a lot. Like she saw him drunk once. Like,
Man, yeah, he was drinking, but he wouldn't even start drinking if he didn't have to put the plan together.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
part
like
of
he showed up to the penthouse pissy drunk, or showed up to the school on career day drunk. Then it's a problem.
it. Like Ned the wine.
Career day was a highlight reel. Come on, man. That's a Ghost highlight reel. No, that's James St. Patrick. Man, I was wishing he was my pops. I was like Raina.
Exactly. I appreciate the insight though, Emma. Yes, Mr. Jones, he was doing recon. He told her it's for research purposes. Come on.
He told her.
Lord. Moving on, because I'm over it. Tasha. So back at the office, Saxe is pretty much, telling Sandoval, including him in the information regarding Hugo being deceased. Okay, there's some autopsy documentation. And he also mentioned, like, hey, maybe we should go to his house, to see, any evidence there. So he was like, no, go home, Saxe. I'll handle it. You don't need to worry yourself with that, dear sir. But this is also interesting because, of course, he probably thinking, who the hell called me earlier today? But just the way Tommy looking at me, but oh my God, everybody laughing, joking, the meeting over. They about to go for drinks, but Tommy, he told Pancho, like, nah, I'm gonna take Ruiz home. I'm gonna make sure he gonna get back safe. So he, of course, Ruiz, he clueless. He don't know. He thinking he got a slam dunk. Little do he know, they in the car. You want to talk about that? I'm so frustrated. Tommy over there venting about Ghost and talking about killing Lobos, and your boy still got the bug on him. So everything's being recorded. He was trying to save Tommy, like, Tommy, it's late. We ain't got to talk about this right now. Like, bruh, shut up, low key. And so next thing we know, Tommy has car trouble. And, we seem low-key innocent to Ruiz. And he was like, well, get my, flashlight out the glove box. So he opens the glove box and sees the blicky in there. He was like, oh, well, he ain't trying to try nothing crazy because the blicky in here. But I'm like, it's Tommy. He should have multiple blickies. I mean, Ruiz, come on, be smarter than that. That don't mean nothing. Tommy, he tells him, hey, hand me, the flashlight. And, of course, he has a nice little blade on him, and he stabs the boy up real good.
I did like that Dre helped. This show that Tommy, did hear Dre when he said, hey, man, I saved your life.
Yeah, definitely. So Dre, and Tommy, they placed Vivido in a stolen vehicle, made it seem like, we trying to set up a little scene here. But I did like the fact, you're right. I really like Dre at this point. I mean, I feel like Vivido, he didn't know where it was until he got stabbed. I don't think he had a clue.
He caught a gun and thought it felt safe. Like, okay.
Yeah, like, oh, he ain't packing no heat. Is really genuinely heart issues. It's an old car, like.
Yeah, that was smart, Tommy. That's what I be talking about, the subtle things. He told me to get the flashlight out the glove box, knowing he left the gun there, knowing that Vivido was gonna feel safe. That's what I'm saying. The boy is smarter than we give him credit for.
You smart. All right. So Sandoval, he goes to Hugo's apartment and he sees a picture. That's fire. I mean, and low-key scary. Like, you see in your picture of you and your child in the ops house. Yeah, I would have been upset. I like the fact that he got his little, undercover / recon outfit. He got his little baseball cap, just his little light work. Meanwhile, Greg is over there, researching where, the burner phone was purchased. And then he sees Sandoval coming out.
Yo, Mac, you a fool. He should have started. Oh, man. And Mac said Tommy started singing, "You Can't Stop the Rain."
But I'm frustrated because he was the one who was like, Tommy should be in on this. Tommy should be in on this. I'm like, dang, like Tommy wasn't in on it. And that became your downfall.
Yeah, Tasha didn't do nothing but kill
Ruiz.
Viva, though.
Yeah.
Tasha and Ghost.
Jesus Christ. So, Greg, he's like, Sandoval, what you doing like next door? Like, he's coming out of old boy's apartment, but it makes sense because, normally people purchase things from stores near their house. And so he looks at the, the address, the numbers on the door. He's like, this look familiar. So it was, comes to find out, it was one of Lobos's, known addresses. And he's like, what the F, Sandoval? So I like this one. It's like, yeah, Greg, you don't know everything.
Right.
But it was quite hilarious to me. Do you think this was fire, like him catching Sandoval?
Definitely was fire. Greg, yeah, you're a super cop, all right. He solved the case. You solved the case.
What does that get you? Nothing. Oh, Lord. Oh, this is the scene you was talking about right here, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, Tommy goes back to Truth. Spending a lot of time at Truth trying to check Ghost. And he was like, go sit down. You could tell he was heartbroken, too. He was like,
Ghost was not trying to hear that. He break it down. He was heartbroken, like, man, you still did it after you looked me in my face. But told Tommy, like, look, man, I am not going to stop trying to get out the game, bro. I don't want to die or go to jail selling dope. I want out. And I don't understand why Tommy and Tasha can't understand that, bro. I was damn near siding with Ghost on this.
Yeah, it's
like, come on, man. Ghost should have told him about the plan, but man, they both was right.
It's like he told Tasha too much and Tommy too little. And I messed up everything. Like, you're running your mouth to the wrong people. Oh my God. But yes, Tommy was like, bro, like, you still put my life in danger. You lied to me. So, Ghost, of course, you tell, he's like, yeah, I lied, but it's because, killing Milan benefits both of us. He's like, all right, let me hear you out. He's like, well, the way Milan set up, he a micromanager low key. So that ain't going to help you spread your wings. And I'm trying to get out the game. Therefore, that is why he need to be out the picture. So Tommy walks off. And then he was like, all right, I'm going to help you go ahead and, execute this plan. But I'm going to run point. I'm going to be the quarterback. And Ghost was like, all right, then. The next scene we see Tommy going back to Milan's spot. And he was like, you remember I told you, what I'm saying, I want to be down like Brandy. He was like, yeah. And then he was like, we got to kill Ghost. Dun, dun, dun. Of course, that episode ends. Looking back now, I'm like, okay, this low-key silly. But I think during the time, I was like, oh, you trying to kill Ghost for real?
Right. You didn't know.
You sure didn't know. That was fire. No, that was fire. Because like, oh, he about to play both sides too. Like, I like, what y'all was doing with this episode, Power. But that was pretty much the last scene. So y'all let me know in the chat what y'all grade this episode. And while y'all doing that, also do all the things. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, notification bells on for me. And of course, Brillo, I mean, if you down, you already know you're already subscribed to him. But if you not, what you doing with your life?
Please subscribe. I need some subs. I'm on here begging. I'm about to have a subscribe-a-thon.
Subscribe-a-thon. That sounds fine.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to have me a subscribe-a-thon. I'm going to go live for I'm going to pull a Modoc J.
Go ahead and be going live Detroit and just pull up on people in random places, make them open up their YouTube and start subscribing.
Right. I'm gonna record that, like the press tour. I'm going out to all the spots.
That's fire. Press tour. You heard it first. Brillo, new segment, press tour.
Right. I'm gonna be on location, trying to get people to subscribe. I ain't gonna press too hard because this is Detroit. Somebody being up the pole in my ass. Hey, that'll give me some views.
I don't need to see you. I be watching
Right.
Detroit news. I don't need to see you up in there.
I'm gonna come with respect.
Oh gosh, DeMarcus, you give it a B, and Max said the ending A, overall episode C. I feel you. DeMarcus said next episode is my favorite. That one stressed me out. I don't even know. MoDOT for the people. Y'all like and subscribe, please do. I'm just saying. So, of course, you already know Tamika Den's birthday bash or what have you is at 9:20. So go over there. I may slide through. Brillo may slide through. Brillo, what's going on in your channel right now?
Friday BMF episode 2. You know, I might throw a theory video out there. That's Friday at 8. I'm about to say 8:15, 8:05 on Friday. BMF episode 2. I might throw a theory video, and of course, on Tuesday we got Plug Talk episode 4. So.
Okay, all right, and of course, catch me back here next week. Finale season 3. I'm gonna be more stressed as well, and of course,
you
my
must be real stressed in these next couple weeks.
I know.
I am too. I'm like, oh.
But yes, my BMF recaps is normally Sundays at 11 a.m. So catch me on Sundays. I appreciate that. Let's see who's up here. Thank you, DeMarcus. I appreciate that. Before we got out here, we got a nice word. Speaking of MoDOT, he gonna take y'all out of this episode. Peace, y'all.
Make sure y'all follow her channel. She's always on there. You need any refreshers on power, go to Pretty Girl Love Trap Contents channel. She break it all the way down. If I can understand it, you can understand it. It's easy to follow. Just listen to it in the background, you know. They say put on soothing music to babies when they're going to sleep. You know, you want to let babies listen to classical, but as us adults, you put on that Pretty Girl Love Trap content when you go to sleep. You wake up, you know more about power than you ever knew. You like, damn, did I write this episode? No. That was Pretty Girl Love Trap content in your ear.
Bye, y'all.